Isa ibn Maryam. So Isa alayhi salatu wassalam was the son of Maryam. So Jesus, the son of Maryam, according to Islamic beliefs, Isa alayhi salatu wassalam is a great prophet of Islam. Sorry. So as a Muslim, what should be my belief? Okay? Just pay attention, inshallah, and then afterwards, you'll be given a word search to complete. So what do Muslims believe in? A Muslim's belief aqidah. So who are we? We are Muslims. As Muslims, Muhammad, Hassan Ahmad and Ahmad Aftab. As Muslims, we are all Muslims, and we proudly say the Shahada. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. I believe that there is no God but Allah, and I believe that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is Allah's servant and messenger. Articles of faith. Okay? Articles of faith are those things that a Muslim, he must believe in, and there are 6. Number 1, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2, His angels. Number 3, His books. Number 4, His prophets. Number 5, the last day, which is known as Yawm al-Qiyamah. And number 6, good and bad is from Allah. This is called taqdeer. Okay, who are the prophets? The need for prophets. Over time, people would slowly forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and start worshipping other things. Allah loves us so much that when this happens, He sends special people to remind us about Allah and teach us how to be good Muslims. These are called prophets. So prophets are sent by Allah to remind people of the message and their ultimate objective of life, and that is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The message of the prophets. Number 1, to only worship Allah. Number 2, aqib, to do good actions. And afan, number 3, to stay away from shirk. That means to stay away from ascribing partnership with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many prophets were there? There were many prophets sent. Okay, only Allah knows the exact number, but one close figure is approximately 124,000. How much?
124,000.
Sorry? So we only know the names of some prophets, but we still believe in all of them. And among the prophets, there are 25 prophets mentioned in the Quran. Adam alayhi salam, Idris alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam, Hud alayhi salam, Salih, Ibrahim, Lut, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, Yusuf, Ayyub, Shu'aib, Musa, Harun, Dhul Kifl, Dawood, Sulaiman, Ilyas, Al-Yasa, Yunus, Zakaria, Yahya, Isa, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. These 25 prophets have been mentioned in the Quran. However, there are much more. The last prophet from the thousands of prophets, the last and final prophet is our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. There is no prophet to come after him, and the message that he brought will be for the people till the end of time. Today we will learn the story of the great prophet in Islam, Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, the son of Maryam. So Prophet Isa alayhi salam. Remember, when we say, or when other people or other faith groups use the word Jesus, we have to use the word Isa. So Prophet Isa alayhi salam. The story of Maryam. Who was Maryam alayhi salam? His Hashir? Yes, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam's mother. Okay. So the birth of Maryam. So Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam was born in a very pious family. Her father's name was Imran, and her mother's name was Hannah. So Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam's mother's name was Hannah, and father's name was Imran. They had no children, and after much dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted both parents a blessed and a beautiful baby named Maryam alayhi salam. She grew up in Masjid al-Aqsa. Who knows where Masjid al-Aqsa is? Yes, my friend. in Jerusalem. Yes, Jerusalem. Very good. So Imran and Hannah had made a promise to Allah that if He gives them a child, they would give that child for the service of Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. This was very common in those days. So therefore, Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam grew up in in Masjid al-Aqsa, where her uncle, Prophet Zakaria alayhi salatu wasalam, looked after her. What would she do? She would worship Allah all day long and read the Torah. Okay. In Islam, there are three very special masjids. Number one, Masjid al-Haram, which is in Makkah Mukarramah. Number two, Masjid al-Nabawi, which is in Medina Munawwara. And number three, Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. Okay? So you can see this compound here. The whole compound is Masjid al-Aqsa, or they call this structure here the Dome of the Rock, and this masjid here, Masjid al-Aqsa. But the whole compound itself is Masjid al-Aqsa. Okay, here there's a map that Masjid al-Aqsa is located in Palestine. Blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whenever Prophet Zakaria alayhi salatu wasalam visited Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam's room in the masjid, he noticed that she would have fruits which would not be available in the stores and markets at the time. He was amazed and asked her that where did she get these fruits from? She would say, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A special lady. Okay, so Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam was a special young girl. She was chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She would worship Allah all day long. She never left her room in Masjid al-Aqsa without any need. Everyone was happy and pleased with her and respected her. Okay, so there is a whole surah in the Quran named after Maryam alayhi salatu. Who knows where the surah is? It says right on the screens, but yes. No, where is this surah? Yes, my friend Ridwan. 19th? Hashr. Which one? 19, 18, 16? What is it? Yes, 16th juz. It's right after Surah Al-Kahf in the 15th juz. Surah Maryam. So look here, Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam's name is mentioned 34 times in the Quran. Okay, now let's discuss the birth of Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. So one day Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam went to the eastern part of Masjid al-Aqsa. Suddenly, the angel Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam appeared in human form. Maryam was very pious and pure, so she got scared and worried. And she saw, when she saw the stranger, Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam, who came in human form, she became scared. So she told him to stay away from her. But Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam calmed her down. He told her that he was actually Jibril Ibrahim. He was. What did he tell Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam? Friend, we have to pay attention, okay? We have to pay attention. So she said, stay away from me. And Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam said that I am an angel sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you glad tidings. So angels are a special creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, made of nur and light. So there are four main angels. Number one, Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam, Mikail alayhi salatu wasalam, Malak al-Maut, Israel alayhi salatu wasalam, and Israfil. Who is the leader of all angels? Ibrahim. Very good, mashallah. What does he do? What's his special task? Who knows? Yes, my friend. Yes. Yes, my friend. Yes, he brings a message. Very good. Mikail alayhi salatu wasalam, he is in charge of the climate and the weather. Okay, you have to speak loudly, okay? Speak loudly, please. So he's in charge of looking after the climate and weather. He sends down rain at its appointed time. Who? Mikail alayhi salatu wassalam. Malak al-Maut, the angel of death. takes away the souls of people. A bonus question: does anyone know? Because there's only one Malik al-Maut, or there's only one Israel alayhi salatu wasalam. So if there's only one angel, then how can so many people die? If there's only one angel, how is it possible for so many people to die? Who's taking out their souls? Who knows? Yafir. Sorry? Ibrahim? Sorry? Yes, but if there's only one Malakul Maut, then who's taking out the remaining souls? Yes, my friend. Look, we have to keep in mind that Malakul Maut is the leader. Okay? Israel is the leader, and the leader has many angels working under him. So these angels assist Israel alayhi salatu wasalam, who is the leader. Israfil alayhi salatu wasalam. Even as we speak, he has a trumpet in his mouth, and he is waiting for Allah's instruction to blow it. He will only blow it when Allah gives that instruction, and when he blows that trumpet, everything will be destroyed. And he'll blow it a second time, and everything which was destroyed will now come back to life. Okay, Angel Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam told Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam that Allah is going to bless her with a special son named Isa bin Maryam. So Maryam alayhi salam was shocked and asked Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam, how can she have a son when she was never ever married and no man had ever touched her? What did Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam say? That Allah has power over everything. Okay, Allah has some beautiful names. Just among the beautiful names, 3 names are mentioned here. Number 1, Al-Khaliq. What does Al-Khaliq mean? Yes. Very good, mashallah. What does Ar-Razaq mean? Hashir. Very good. What does As-Samad mean? Musa. Yes, I mean, Allah is not in need of anyone. We all need Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Okay, the miraculous baby. Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam eventually gave birth to a baby, Isa alayhi salam, in a place called Baytul Laham. So Bethlehem is an Arabic word, Baytul Laham. So in English it's called Bethlehem. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was able to create Isa alayhi salam without any father. It was a miracle. Okay? Allah has full control over everything. Allah can do whatever he wants. There's no one to question him. Okay, let's look at the diagram here. Diagram number 1, normal birth. So in order to have a normal birth, one needs a mother and a father. Okay. Second box, birth of Adam alayhi salam. How was Adam alayhi salatu wasalam born? Who knows? Yes, my friend in the green stripe shirt there. Yes, so Adam alayhi salam was born without a mother and without a father. And the Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was born? Blue shirt, yes. Yes, with only a mother, okay? Now keep in mind, let us not be confused that how is this possible? Allah can do whatever he wants, however he wants. There's no one to question him. Remember that. Allah has power over everything. A worried mother. So Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam became very worried about the people, what they would say about her. But Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam instructed Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam that when people ask you, where did this child come from? Just stay quiet. Don't say anything. And what happened? When she pointed towards the baby started to, yes, talk. The baby said, I am the servant of Allah. He has decided to give me the book and make me a prophet. Who is saying this? Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. And he's saying this when he's grown up or when he's a baby? Yes. A baby, my friend. So this is a miracle. The shock at the miracle. everyone was shocked after they heard this little newborn baby deliver the whole speech. They accepted this as a miracle and a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they dismiss all wrong thoughts about Maryam alayhi salatu wassalam. Okay, let us look closely at this diagram here. Isa alayhi salatu wassalam is from among the descendants of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam through his son Prophet Ishaq alayhi salatu wassalam. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam had two sons, Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ishaq alayhi salam. Ishaq alayhi salatu wassalam had, who was Ishaq alayhi salatu wassalam's son? Who knows? Yes. It was Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam. Okay? Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam. Then Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam had 12 children. Among them were Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Very good, mashallah. Okay? And then Prophet Musa, Prophet Sulaiman, Dawud, they all come from Ishaq alayhi salatu wassalam's lineage. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he came from the lineage of Ismail alayhi salatu wassalam. On a side note, friends, does anyone know the title or the nickname of Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam? Yes. Israel. Yes, very good. Israel. Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wassalam's prophetic mission. Okay, we're going to go over some history here. So the condition of the Israelites. So when Isa alayhi salatu wassalam came, he was sent to the people of Israel. So they're known as the Israelites. And the Israelites are Bani Israel, the children of Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam. Okay, they had slowly forgotten the message brought by Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasalam and all the other prophets. They became corrupt and evil. They even killed the prophets. Just imagine, who can kill prophets? But Bani Israel killed prophets. They were dishonest and they would lie and cheat. They made changes to the Torah, the holy book sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when Isa alayhi salatu wasalam grew up, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him a prophet so he could remind the Israelites and guide them. Okay? Among his message was believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, believe in Allah's angels, books, lead a good and honest life, and be kind to one another. My friend, I need your attention, okay? The Injil in English is called the New Testament. Injil is called the New Testament. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam a book called the Injil. Okay? We do not have the Injil today in the same form as it was sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has incurred so much change, it's unbelievable. That is because over the years, many changes have and additions and deletions were made to the Injil. Okay, let's look at this diagram here. Some or the four main books that were sent down by Allah. Number one was the Torah to Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Zabur to Dawud alayhi salam, the Injil to Isa alayhi salam, and the Quran to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Which book is still in its original form? Yes, my friend. The Quran, very good. Every other book has been changed and altered, okay? But not even a single letter, let alone a verse or a paragraph, has been changed from the Quran. People have tried, but Allah has protected it. Okay, reaction of the Israelites. The Israelites did not like Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam and his teachings. They refused to accept him. They would oppose him. They would laugh and mock at him. They spread lies about him and his mother. They even threatened his life. But despite that, he continued with his message. Okay, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was asked to show miracles. Who knows what miracles are? Yes, my friend. Extraordinary, yes. Something which normally doesn't happen. Extraordinary, which we cannot comprehend with the mind. Okay, in Arabic this is called mu'jizat. Now, among the miracles that he showed that he manifested were number one, he restored the eyesight of the blind. Those who were blind, Allah granted him the ability to restore the eyesight. That's number one. Number two, he made birds fly out of clay and blew on them like this, and he made them come to life and fly into the air. He would cure the leper. Who knows what a leper is? Yes. Skin disease, very good. Okay, white spots or deformed skin. There's different stages of leprosy, but anyways, it's a skin disease. Despite seeing these miracles, did the Israelites, Ibrahim, did they accept or did they reject? Ibrahim, did they accept or did they reject the message? Decline, yes. Accept or reject? Reject, very good, mashallah. Despite facing opposition from his own people, Prophet Isa alayhi salam did not give up. Should we give up when doing good things? No. If people make fun of us, if people laugh at us, spread rumors about us, my friend, should we give up? No. Very good, mashallah. The Hawariyin. Who knows who the Hawariyin were? What does the word Hawariyin mean? Yes. Blue shirt, yes. Disciples. Who are the disciples? Yes, number 10. Ayan. MashaAllah, very good, yes. Hawariyin. Yes. So just as we call our Sahaba radiyallahu anhu companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the Hawariyin were the companions of Isa alayhi salam. Okay. They were his followers. So just as the companions of Prophet Isa alayhi salam were called the Hawariyin, likewise the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam were called the Sahaba. So among the Sahaba were Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, Umar bin Khattab, Uthman bin Affan, Ali bin Abi Talib radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. Abdullah, my friend, Abdullah, please pay attention. Abdurrahman bin Auf, Bilal bin Rabah, Khalid bin Walid, and Abdullah bin Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. Okay, the next part is probably the most important part of the entire story. So if you boys are going to talk, you won't understand what's going on. So you need to listen. The plot. What does a plot mean? Who knows what plot means? Yes. Yes. Plot. Close, but not. Yes, my friend. A plan. Yes, mashallah, a plan. A scheme. A plan, a plot, a scheme. Okay. So the Israelites, they wanted to kill Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, so they planned against him. How can we kill him? No. So Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam spent all day spreading Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's message, and slowly more and more people followed him. The Israeli leaders became afraid of his increasing popularity. They tried different methods to disgrace him, but nothing worked. Their hatred for Isa alayhi salam increased day by day. So they decided on a master plot. The area of Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam and the Israelites was ruled by the Romans. The Roman governor of the area was Pontius Pilate. That was his name. The Israeli leaders came to Pontius Pilate and lied about Prophet Isa alayhi salam, saying that he was gathering supporters so he could march against the governor and seize power. Pilate ordered the Prophet Isa alayhi salam immediately be arrested. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam of this evil plot. And Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was worried about what would happen to the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he gathered the Hawariyin disciples and asked them if they would pass on the message to others. They all promised to continue the mission of Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam and pass on the message of believing only in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before I explain to you boys what happens next, before I read it out to you, let me explain to you. Friends, all of the entire army, they surrounded the house where Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was. So let's assume this was a house. They surrounded the house. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He lifted Isa alayhi salatu wasalam to the heavens. So He protected him. Now when the army sent one of their soldiers, one of their men into the home, that soldier's face, it got changed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it look like the face of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. So keep in mind, this is who? The soldier. So when the remaining army, after a few minutes, when they realized that no one is coming out, the entire army broke into the home and they captured their own man, their own soldier, whose face looked like the face of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, and they assumed that this is our person that we need to capture and apprehend. So they took him. This man was shouting. He was saying that I am not Isa. I am not Isa. So they took this man, put him on a cross, and do you boys remember the cross picture of a man crucified on that cross? That is not Jesus. That's not Isa alayhi salatu wasalam according to Islamic beliefs. But nonetheless, the cross which the Christians wear of a man crucified on that cross, that was their own man. That was their own soldier. Where is Isa alayhi salatu wasalam right now as we speak? Mu'iz. In the heavens. Who knows which heaven? Because there's 7 heavens. Muhammad. No, the other Muhammad. But the Khalifa's Muhammad. Not the first heaven. Yes. Second, very good, mashallah. Okay, bonus question. Who can prove through the Quran and Hadith that he's on the second heaven? I mentioned this in one of the talks. I'm not sure if you boys remember. Who can prove that he's on the second heaven? Yafir. Loudly, please, loudly. MashaAllah, yes. When he ascended to the heavens and beyond. This is called Miraj. So he met Isa alayhi salatu wasalam on the second heaven. They actually conversed. They made salam with one another. So he's alive with body and soul till this very day on the second heaven. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destined for him to come back to this earth, he will come back and he will carry out his ultimate objective, and that is to slay the Dajjal. So raising to the heavens. On the orders of the governor, Roman soldiers surrounded the house. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam by raising him alive to the heavens. When the soldiers entered, they couldn't find Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. They found someone that looked similar to Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. So they grabbed him, dragged him outside, and crucified him on the cross, thinking that he was Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects those and helps those people who believe in him and who place their trust in him. So Nabi Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam was protected from the huge flood. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam was protected from the well that his brothers threw him into. Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was protected from Fir'aun and his army. And Prophet Yunus alayhi salatu wasalam, Khadija, was protected from the belly of the fish. So he's alive in the heavens. Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam did not die a physical death. He's still alive with body and soul, and he shall come back before the day of Qiyamah, and he shall carry out his special objective of slaying the Dajjal. The last day and its signs. Inshallah, this will be discussed in part 2. Now before we leave, friends, I'm going to give you boys this special word search. The first person to complete this word search will win the competition. Now listen carefully. If there's any cheating, any sharing of answers, you will be disqualified. Okay? And you have to be under 9. You have to be under 9. Okay? Shh. Okay. Yeah. Give them. Friends, please sit down. Please sit down. Everyone sit down.